Light spring versus bright spring. Can you wear cool colors? The spring season pleases us with bright sun, fresh greenery, clear piercing blue sky, bright sprouts breaking out of the ground, and piercing yellow flowers. In appearance, in general, the shades of the spring color type are light, soft, warm, and vibrant. Usually, the eyes would be sky blue, blue-green, watery, hazel, bright hazel as well. Skin could be peach porcelain, light apricot with a golden blush. You might have freckles, or your skin could fluctuate from ivory white with the slightest pinkish blush to slightly yellowish and tanned in summer. Light spring hair is usually light and worn with wheat and golden honey or caramel hues. The natural shade of the hair is usually very pleasant and harmonious with the whole picture of the face and body. The representatives might change their hair colors to copper red, brown, even chocolate, or even brunette, but we'll get to that later. Bright spring hair color will start from golden shades, light blonde with yellowness, light chestnut brown, and red, and even fiery red or deep, rich chocolate brown. They might change their hair color to blonde as well, but we will discuss that as we go. I will take Scarlett Johansson as a light spring representative and Emma Stone as a bright spring. The leading characteristics of the light spring color type are the lightness and radiance of the image. Here we can see the difference in the color brightness when we put one color palette on another one. The secondary characteristic is the external temperature. The best shades are light, warm, and fairly bright tones. Pastel colors are very suitable, but not those that fall harshly into the category of summer, because summer is cold. Common features of light spring and bright spring. Light spring is situated right on the border of light summer. Hence, we can conclude that this color palette is influenced by dusty shades immensely, which is true. Like we see the natural jump from spring to summer, the colors tend to be mixed, and sometimes it's not really clear what season it is because it's a transitional time of the year. And this is normal, just like bright spring is located right on the border with bright winter season, hence it's influenced by the cold season. Not only cold, but mostly deep and sometimes rich and vibrant. The common feature of the light spring and bright spring here is that they belong to one family of colors. Predominantly, they have a warm undertone. Why predominantly, you may ask? Is because we, as human beings, also change tonalities within the year and age. Here you might be light spring or bright spring, but occasionally use other color palettes from winter season as well, for example. Difference between light spring and bright spring. With the different main feature, the contrast. Light spring color palette is rather low or really low in contrast. Occasionally it might be mid contrast, however I lean towards really low contrast. Bright spring, on the other hand, combines features of winter naturally, so those representatives have mid contrast regardless of the fact whether the skin is neutral, warm neutral, or ivory white and porcelain. Here you can see the difference in the light, neutral, and dark colors. In the first collage, we can see all facial features blending in together magnificently into one compelling mixture, and no visible harsh black or white colors stand out from her appearance. While in the other variant, we can clearly see the deepness of the hair color. It is transcribed into rich grayness and darkness, and the eyes and eyebrows really stand out brightly, and you can even see the contour of the lips really well. In the picture, in the black blazer, the contrast is less visible because of the very nature of the photography filter. Hence, the contrast and the hue have been removed, but we can still see how her eyes stand out. It's not that clear, sharp contrast of the winter, but mid-contrast colors really make the features brim. We can conclude that bright spring will automatically use much deeper and darker, might be even vibrant colors than the light spring. Here comes the big question, but I've been told I'm only light spring color palette or any other palette. Hence, we can see that the colors and even the whole background of the light spring palette make the actress fit in really well. Her skin fluctuates a little from neutral porcelain white to slightly tanned and looks really fresh, as if she had a good night's sleep. The colors really complement the beauty of Scarlet. Harmonious color combinations. What are they? The light spring coloring is characterized by an average degree of saturation and a bright and radiant appearance. Usually, that is a great idea to choose vibrant shades of medium saturation in your wardrobe with low contrast between the colors. The most harmonious option is a combination of two light shades or a combination of light and medium light shade in the wardrobe. You need to wear these piercing light, warm shades of spring. For example, look at the spring color type in winter pitch black color. They, in their contrast, interrupt the gentle color of spring. The face takes on a grey tint and her eyes look tired, deepening the nasolabial folds over here. Everything gets emphasized in the wrong light because of this deep and darkest color for her. While on the other hand, we can see still that light springs can change their hair color to copper red or rich red. They will automatically create a harsher contrast, a deeper contrast to their delicate appearance. And already based on that, they can wear black and other darker colors to emphasize the contrast that has been created artificially. But I personally would definitely keep it further away from the facial zone. That is why it is very important to know your appearance color type and wear the right colors at this moment where your appearance stands. In this picture we can see completely different palettes. This is crispy white color that usually is not advised for delicate appearances because it's harsh. And we can see that on the right, Scarlet looks washed out. This is how we usually say. But once she got tanned and her hair is pulled back with the darker roots, there it is. The contrast has been created in the facial zone. This is how you use it. However, there will always be nuances with colors. We have been told to avoid these colors. These autumn colors of burgundy and deep raspberry colors or plum colors really dust her away. The skin becomes more gray. You cannot see the eyes clearly. Is there a solution for that? Yes. As you noticed, she is blonde. Hence, for such colors, you need to have higher contrast in the appearance. How do you create a contrast? Normally by changing your hair color, like it has been mentioned before. Only then you could consider the autumn color palette. Clothing style for the spring appearance color type. Spring color type, spring appearance color type, warm and clean shades. Creamy yellow, cornflower yellow, light blue, apricot orange, warm dusty pink, grass green, and spring pinks. Bright spring versus light spring color palette. Approximate shades of hair, eyes, and skin of the bright spring color type. Hair is wheat blonde, honey, golden chestnut, dark chestnut, chocolate, or even brunette. Fairly light peach to dark brown skin. The eyes are deep and expressive, giving the appearance of additional brightness and contrast. The primary characteristic of the bright spring color type is the brightness and expressiveness of appearance. Of course, there is quite a visible contrast in them. This color suits the brightest and liveliest shades of the warm palette. With the bright spring, it's quite visible that the actress is able to wear really bright and light colors at the same time, and that is perfectly fine because her appearance is allowed to do this contrast. However, there are always colors in question, of course. As you see, Emma likes to change her hair color a lot, hence when she is blonde she can wear more light spring colors, but when she is deep and rich copper red she can wear crispy and vibrant colors that belong to winter. With white color is the same idea. One picture you can see her wearing a white dress that suits her really well, and the other one where she looks completely lost in the same color. What is the difference, and what can you do about it? The difference is the color of the skin. To porcelain ivory tonality while being blonde requires a contrast. The same works even in makeup and upper body garments, since it's the facial zone. If she didn't wear bright makeup over here, she would look blank, like a blank canvas, on the background of her ivory white skin. These are the colors that you normally would be advised against of. And then again, why? Because there is no specific contrast in the appearance due to skin tone and hair color. The same goes to yellows. With autumn burgundy, we can see the same reason. It's not that there is something wrong with the color itself. It's just her contrast fluctuates, and sometimes when it's not bright spring, like in the picture to the right, it's just simply wouldn't work as good in spring color palette were winter colors. Yes, both light spring and bright spring can wear such a winter color as scarlet red, for example. That happens because normally when the skin is neutral, like the spring type, it has a pink undertone as well. This is why the red winter palette will always highlight the skin tonality as well, like we have seen with pink colors. We can prove it with the blue and purple blue colors as well. While purple blue and electric blue work magnificently well on Emma, the last sky blue color is looking really odd and even making her skin look bluish. Why does that happen? Isn't she a spring? This is because in the first and the second picture, those purple drops are created from blue and red conglomeration. Hence, it adds up to this red color palette, and it suits her well while being a winter palette, while the sky blue color is only mixed with white color. Hence, this is the least preferable conglomeration for the actress. How to distinguish bright spring from bright winter? Bright spring color is not suitable for inexpressive neutral shades as well as pastel grayish tones like summer. And thank you so much for staying here with me. I hope you like this information and you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, put a like, and see you in the next episode.